Hey everybody. So just got done reading about email marketing, and it was an interesting little piece, mostly about how to do email marketing with your current client list, which I think is valuable for sure. And then it kind of just said, hey, the advanced stuff is getting new customers through email. And so I'd like actually to spend time there because I think as valuable as it can be to market to your current clients, and I do think there's a lot of money left on the table in a lot of accountants' books of business. So something to think about there before I talk more about like the new business side is what does your best client look like, and who else in your current book looks pretty similar, whether that be revenue, whether that be niche. That would be something I would look at first and make a targeted list towards those folks. And honestly, this was talking about automation, which I get from like a newsletter standpoint, why you'd want to do something like that. But if we're talking about opportunities to upsell and things like that, I would just send an email one by one, unless you have a humongous list of businesses that you work with. Um, and the message doesn't even have to be that hard. Hey, so and so, just thought today you free to chat on whatever your availability is. A message like that, really quick, simple, and is factual. And if they're a good current client, they'll be happy to schedule a meeting with you, and that's how you can start the conversation around whatever service is going to make the most sense for them, whether that be CFO, tax planning, and whatnot. So I'm already a minute and a half into this, and I haven't got to the new business side. What I would say there is, you kind of want to look at it from a few different standpoints. So when it comes to getting new business, if you're targeting businesses, there's all sorts of lists out there that you can buy, or you can work on starting collecting your own email addresses, right? The latter is probably going to be more quality and take more time. You're going to have to give them something in return for their email address. So maybe you put together a free worksheet on how to take advantage of the recent legislation, whatever it is, or something along the lines of like 10 bookkeeping mistakes that small business owners do that they can avoid easily. Something along those lines that a business owner would be interested in. I don't even think those things are necessarily it. I'm just giving examples of the kind of content you want to think about, like what would a business owner actually um, like, and so that way they'll actually download it, right? And getting that in front of them in every which way you possibly can, whether that's posting on social media, whether that's DMing business owners on LinkedIn or Facebook, or advertising it even. That's obviously going to be the costliest way, but probably a pretty quick way to start building up your email list. And then it's just sending out regular messages to that list, and always having a clear call to action. When you market to customers, it's always going to look different. You don't always want to try to be selling them something, but when you're marketing to prospects, you kind of want to think of like a sequence. Let's call it 5 emails over 10 days. I'm not saying that's the best, but just an example. There's tons of software out there you can use. You can use Active Campaign. You can use Mailchimp. You can use all sorts, right? Um, and basically, over the course of 10 days or whatever it is, sending out an email, making each one relevant to them, and not just asking them for something, but also having a clear call to action at the end. You collect their email address for a reason. And maybe after that 10 days, they go into a broader list, which you would send a broadcast email out to once a week, right? And still being educational, not necessarily always having a call to action. And that's just the list that you'll email on a regular basis, right? So you could probably generate some meetings from that list initially, as the email comes in, and then on an ongoing basis, maybe because of timing or whatever it is, it would make more sense for them to do it. Now, you can always throw fuel on the fire by adding in phone calls, but you don't have to. If you can, though, I mean, it really does work wonders. If you think of that kind of idea of reaching out to a lead within 5 minutes, if you apply that to email when somebody responds to you and you know their phone number, give them a call. That's always going to make things go a lot faster. But I know who I'm talking to, so no, that might not be feasible for everyone there. Totally fine, right? So this is a long one, but I think there's a lot here. And really, it's just coming down to how do I capture the email, and then what's the kind of process from there. So hope that was helpful, and I'll talk to you guys soon.